Is it really possible to manifest money? And if it is possible, how exactly do we do it? What steps do we take to get there? Don't worry, guys, we're going to answer all these questions right now. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Danilo Kaprick, aka the best dressed man in tech sales. And I got my haircut today, so we'll add that in there too. But either way, guys, today this video is going to focus on one big topic, which I'm sure many of you are interested in, which is how do we manifest money into our lives, right? Let's say that we are broke. Let's say that we are just not where we want to be financially speaking. What can we actually do to manifest the type of money that we want to see in our bank account? Don't worry, that's what this video is all about. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so when it comes to manifesting money, I want to quickly share my story and how I am positioned to speak on this topic today. Number one, I really didn't have a lot of money growing up. My parents were immigrants, kind of lived a normal, I would say, middle-class lifestyle. And in 2012, my father passed away, and that made things very difficult. I had to get 2 jobs, and at the time, I was selling shoes at the mall, right? And at that time, I also started doing a critical thing. I started journaling, and I started writing down about how I wanted money. And to prove this to you, here's my first journal ever. You can see it says volume 1, and the date in there, if you can see, is January 31st, 2015. I hope you can see that. And what it says here, it says, I believe that I will achieve every single goal that I set out for myself. I will provide for my family. I will make $100,000, and I will be a valuable human being and spread value to others on this earth. Okay? That's literally what it says right here. I highlighted it so I remember, and it's the first page of any journal I ever wrote, right? So anyways, 2 years later, I ended up manifesting a salary of $96,000, which brought me to the 100K mark after commission. So literally, through a process that I'm going to share with you in this video, I'll tell you literally how you can manifest money so that way you can live the lifestyle you want and really have the security that you feel is right for you. All right, so let's get into it. All right, guys, so when it really comes down to manifesting money, there's 3 key things that we need to do, okay? Number 1 is, when it comes to the journaling especially, you gotta write it down. All right, not only did I write it in this journal, but I'm sure you guys can see all these journals here. It goes from volume 2 to now volume 19, and I have volume 20 right here, okay? So I've been journaling now for 7 years, and no matter what kind of lifestyle I'm living and what I have done over these 7 years, I always write about what I want next. What is the thing that I'm focused on? What is the outcome that I want to see? If it's financial, what is the amount of money that I want to see, right? So number 1 is always writing things down. And we want to write things down because that's the first real way to make something real, right? If you just say words or you just always talk about something, like that's cool, but writing it down really makes it special because you can now see it, right? You can't see words, you can't see thoughts, but you can see something that's written, right? So having it written down is powerful because it allows us to, we can rip out the page, we can print out the page, but it allows us to see it and get reminded constantly of what we thought about, what we wrote down, what we are trying to manifest, right? So that's why step number 1, guys, is so crucial. You need to write down what it is that you want to see. And step number 2, in terms of what we need to do next, is we need to be as specific as possible, right? Very clearly from day 1, I was able to specify that I wanted $100,000 because why? At the time, that was my target. That's what I wanted to see. I was making, I don't know, $10 an hour maybe, working at Cole Haan at the shoe store, and I was part-time, probably made like $8,000 a year. So for me, $100,000 was huge, right? Like that was really my goal. So you gotta be specific, that's the thing, guys. If it's a financial goal that you have, write down exactly how much, to the cent, right, to the penny. Also try to be specific on when you want this by. Also be specific as to why you want it, right? But specificity is key as well. So while we're writing things, we want to be as specific as possible, writing down what we want, why we want it, by when do we want it, and any other details that you can think of, because that's only going to help you get more clear in what your deepest desire is. All right, so that's step number 2. Be specific after you write it down. All right, guys, and step number 3, which is the hardest step of all, is you need to take not just action, but you need to specifically take new action, okay? And we need to take new action because new action is the only thing that can truly bring new results, right? If we're doing the same actions and just repeating things that we've always done or always have done in the past, what are we gonna get? What we've always got, right? Which is not what we want because we have greater desires and we grow and we change and we evolve. So you need to find ways to take new action. And oftentimes this can be painful because humans are creatures of habit. We always like to do the same things, we like to be safe, but you have to take some risks, step outside your comfort zone, and take new action if you truly want to manifest new results, okay? And that's really the only way that you're gonna be able to make any kind of noticeable progress on any goal it is that you want, whether it's financial, career-wise, family-wise, in your love life, whatever it is. But you gotta take that new action because that is going to be the thing that actually produces new results that you want to see. All right, guys, the final thing that we want to do when it comes to manifesting money or any outcome that we want to see in life is we need to break it down into actual steps. And we need to do this because if we just have a big audacious goal of, let's say, for example, getting 100,000 or getting $1 million, whatever it is, we're going to get very disappointed if we don't see that happen very soon, right? Or we don't notice any noticeable progress. And often with these things, you don't see noticeable progress day over day, right? This comes after 6 months, 12 months, 24 months of hard work, right? For example, when I left the shoe store, my first salary at my real first job was $42,000. That was not $100,000, but I wasn't necessarily thrilled with that. I mean, it was good. It was way better than anything I'd made in the past, but I still wasn't at that 100K mark. And I had to sit at that salary for 2 years and grind it out before I was able to see the numbers that I wanted to see. So that's the point I want to make here, guys. If we don't break things down into steps and give ourselves milestones, it's easier for us to get disappointed because we're not where we want to be fast enough, okay? So when possible, try to make different milestones for yourself. If you want to make $1 million, first focus on getting to 100K, right? Then focus on getting to 200K, then 500K, then 700K, right? But you have to break down steps because if you don't have the little goalposts in between, again, it's going to be very easy to get discouraged. So you want to give yourself milestones and short-term goals to hit the in between because that's going to help you stay motivated and better recognize the progress that you actually are making. So in the final, guys, what we need to do is not only write down our goals, but we need to be specific and we need to break it down into milestones that we can see very clearly. That way we don't get disappointed or we don't get down in the dumps when we're not hitting our goals in super fast time, all right? So make sure you break it down into actual steps and milestones that you can achieve along the way. All right, guys, so there you have it. 4 specific steps that you can take today to start manifesting the outcomes that you want so bad in life, whether it's money, career, something else, whatever it might be. So let's go ahead and recap at this point. Number 1, we talked about the importance of writing things down, right? Gotta have a journal. If you don't have a journal, find another place to write it down, but make sure you start writing because that's how we make our dreams real, right? That we can see with our eyes. Number 2, be specific, okay? You can't just say, I want to be successful. What is success, right? You can't just say, I want to be rich. What is rich to you, right? It might be different than somebody else. So specify things as much as possible. Add the detail, how much money you want to make, when do you want to make it by, and why do you want to make it, right? Add all those details as much as possible. Number 3, take new action, okay? We got to take new action because the action we've been taking has only gotten us to where we're at today. And clearly we're not satisfied if we want more things, right? So what we have to do is take new action to produce new results, all right? So that's number 3. And number 4, guys, be able to break down your goal into smaller steps, right, and milestones. So if you just have a goal of being a millionaire, hold on, what are the steps in between that you need to make to get there, right? And you can do it on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever it is, but have steps and milestones in between so that way you have goalposts to focus on and you don't get discouraged when in 12 months you're not a millionaire, all right? So those are the 4 steps, guys. All right, guys, so now that we know how to manifest, I expect you guys all to go out there and start crushing it. Go get that journal, be specific, start writing your stuff down. And if you enjoyed this content today, please hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you're not doing so, please go follow me on LinkedIn. And if you are interested in boosting up your sales game and taking your sales practice to the next level, go ahead and join us at the B2B Syndicate, where we're giving the best, newest, modern, actionable training content for people in B2B sales. So with that, guys, take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.